Hi, my name's Patrick. Thanks for tuning into my channel. In this box is my new 2022 redesigned, hot off the presses, Chapman ML2 guitar. Now, what I'm going to do is open this up, see what's inside, check out the spec, and then go see how it sounds. So stick around and check this out with me. Thanks. Okay, so just my first observation, the secondary interior box was not sealed together. It was not taped shut. But let's see what's inside. It looks like these no longer come with a hard case or a gig bag. So, but they do apparently come with some Dunlop strap lock, or Ernie Ball strap locks. Okay. So we've got a couple of tools in here, looks like for a truss rod adjustment, and another little Allen key for saddle adjustment, and a couple of Ernie Ball strap locks. Good. Okay, so that's swag piece number one. Got a little greeting card. Okay. Ooh, I like these. Polishing cloth. Yeah, there we go. A little polishing cloth or a little banner to hang up. Yeah. Okay, swag piece number two. Let's take a look at this guitar. Just want to make another observation. The rubber band that generally goes around the headstock for this kind of covering is not on the guitar either. And the knob protector is off and loose inside the case. Oh yeah, here we go. All right. Nice and light. I like to see that. Okay. So, as you can see, got kind of a this blue and black, almost a reverse burst kind of finish on here. A good look at this redesigned headstock. That looks great, that wave. That looks absolutely great. Get the back of this. Yeah, that looks really nice. Knobs here, the matte black knobs, that looks great. Matte black hardware. Well, that's a really solid toggle switch. Okay. Okay, aside from a couple of packaging issues, I think I like what I see so far. Let's go weigh it, get it on the bench, and check out the spec. So now that we have our guitar unboxed and out so we can see it and set it up and go play it, let's go ahead and get it on the bench and get a weight for it. Now, we noticed it's thinner than a traditional single cutaway. So let's go ahead and put it on the scale here and see what we come up with. Okay, I've got 7.9 pounds on the scale here. Let's see that. 7.9 pounds. That's relatively light for one of these. I have a proper Les Paul. It weighs about 10 pounds, so thank goodness for weight reduction. So let's go ahead and remove the scale and go over some of the spec. Now this is an all-new design, and previous Chapman ML2 designs have been a straightforward single cutaway formula. So starting with the Les Paul, going way back to the 50s, and the formula has been have a mahogany body, set mahogany neck, 3x3 headstock, maple top, and a rosewood fingerboard. So as more and more companies started to make variations of this, we get things like versions of this that have a maple neck or that have an ebony fingerboard. So this one, or have a slightly different construction, could have a bolt-on or a neck-through type construction. So this model has a different type of construction. Previous models have been set neck or neck through. This is a set through neck, so it means the neck doesn't go all the way through the body, but what it does do is it comes about halfway up. So instead of being a set neck with a heel joint here, it comes up about, not quite halfway, but up to about here, I would imagine, although we can't see it, obviously. And this is appears to be a 3-piece roasted maple neck instead of a mahogany neck, so that's another break from tradition right there. And by having this type of neck in construction, you can get rid of the heel joint here, so you have a nice joint access to the upper frets. Another difference between this and a traditional style is this has 24 frets. You can see the fret markers there, since there's no fret markers on the front except for the 12th fret. There's 24 frets. Like I said, very good fret access by getting rid of that heel joint. Now, some other things about the spec to this. We've got Hipshot brand open locking tuners that are matte black. We have Graphtec nut. We have matte black, their own brand of bridge. Now notice this is instead of the Tune-O-Matic style bridge where you have a stop tailpiece and a another section to the bridge, this is a one-piece kind of a Hipshot style fixed bridge. We have 2 volumes and a tone with a matte black finish and a 3-way toggle switch, a pull tone switch to split the coils on the pickups. Now I want to just talk about the pickups very briefly. This is the Seymour Duncan Sentient Pegasus set. One of my favorite sets, and one of the reasons that I purchased this particular guitar is because I wanted to get a guitar that I could put into drop C tuning and leave it there that uses a Sentient and Pegasus set. Because this set is specifically designed for down tuning, and I use it in a couple of other guitars, and I really, really like it, and it really brings out the kind of sound that I want to have, especially when you go to those drop tunings. The Pegasus, in particular, in the literature says it's specifically designed for drop tunings, and then with this finish and all the matte black accoutrement that's on here, you have a black logo and black pole pieces and these unique pickup surrounds. So these are not a direct mount, but they're actually in pickup rings that are really unique, and they just look really, really nice. One of the other breaks from tradition with this particular guitar is that this is now, it's in the past been a 25-inch scale length, similar to PRS guitars, Traditional Les Pauls and single cutaways are 24 3/4 inch scale length. That's the length from the nut to the bridge. This one is supposed to be a 25.5 inch scale length. So I'm just gonna measure the distance between the nut and the bridge itself, and it's 25 inches. And it looks like we could wind back the bridge saddles for a drop C tuning and a low tuning intonation to about 26 inches. And that's kind of the sweet spot. If you use the type of strings that I use that I'm gonna put on here now, these NYXL strings in the 10 through 52 weight, that's kind of that weight and this scale length for me is kind of the sweet spot when it comes to tuning to drop C. So now that we've gone over the spec for this, I'm going to go ahead and set it up. I should mention this is a really nice looking flame maple veneer. It is actually a maple top with a veneer over it, so it does have some of the tonal characteristics of having a mahogany body with a maple top, but the actual it's not a flamed maple top or cap. It's actually a flamed veneer. This is, along with their all the rest of their Pro series, is manufactured in Korea by World Musical Instruments. This appears to have been made in 2021 and spec'd here in 2022. Okay, so now we've gone over the spec, I'm going to go ahead and set this up, and we're going to go hear how it sounds in drop C tuning. So let's go ahead and go through the tones, and I'll just click through the clean tones, and then we'll talk about a couple other things. So here we go. Here's the neck pickup. This is a Seymour Duncan Sentient. And here's my clean tone. Have a little bit of reverb on here. Get both pickups together, the Sentient and the Pegasus. Just the bridge pickup. Now with the coil split, pull the tone knob for the coil split. Both pickups together. And then the neck. Okay, so let's give it a little mid-gain on the neck. This is a tone that I like to use using my Mesa Flux drive. Give it a little push in front. A couple of Klon knockoffs run into my stereo setup. And we'll throw on a little bit of delay and see how it sounds.
Okay, that sounds nice. Now I'm going to try the split with this delay on. So far, so good. This is I just made note of this before. This is a really solid toggle switch, and that's really good because these tend to go bad, but this one feels like it's going to be good for quite a while. So let's get to what we've all been waiting for and get some drive tones. Excuse the bad playing. Now with anything you put in drop C, because drop C is popular with bands like Kill Switch Engage and Periphery, you got to check and see if it squeals well on a 3rd fret. So you can do this. Yeah, so it does that. That's great.
So I think I'm ready to give my verdict on this 2022 Chapman ML2. This is spec'd just for me. It's trying to be its own thing and something that I wanted. I wanted a unique guitar for drop C tuning with a 25.5-inch scale length, with some locking tuners, and with the Seymour Duncan Sentient Pegasus set. And I like the toggle switch and split coil pickup configuration. That's the switching configuration that I like as well. So somebody went out there and spec'd this just for me. Okay, it's unique. It's got a really unique finish, a really beautiful looking veneer on top, matte black knobs and everything. I like how all of that looks. I'm going to really enjoy owning and playing this guitar, I think, for a long time. However, I have some criticisms that I need to levy. As we saw in the unboxing of this, the retailer that I received this from had opened and inspected this, but didn't really put it back together very well, didn't tape the boxing back together, and I think that might have caused some scratching on the fretboard. Everybody makes a mistake every once in a while. I'm willing to let that one go. That being said, the overall value proposition that comes with this guitar. This cost $11.99, $11.99 US dollars. For a guitar that is not US made. This is made in Korea, and that's good. It comes from a good company, a well-known and reputable factory. The quality is very high. The fit and finish is very good, but this, as far as single cutaway guitars go, for something that you are going to use for exactly what I'm going to use it for, this is pretty much perfect, and you're paying for spec. You're paying that for it to already have hip shot tuners, to already have Seymour Duncan pickups. But for that kind of money, this should probably be not a veneer. It should be a cap or a top And like other Chapman guitars have had in the past, I've owned a couple myself. They've come with a really nice gig bag, or they've come with a hard shell case. This doesn't come with either of those things. It did come with strap locks, which is nice. That's a nice gesture, but those probably cost $3 or $4. Let's be honest. So if this is something that you wanted to use the way you use a traditional single cut guitar, it's just there are a lot of other things out there that are either made in exactly the same factory with equal or higher quality materials for less money or for even money. If you wanted something more versatile or more traditional, there are a lot of better ways to go than this. But that being said, if you are looking at buying one, if this is the exact spec you want, this is a great guitar. It's really nice. Like I said, I'm gonna play it and enjoy it for a long time. But if you were looking for a more traditional Les Paul or ESP Eclipse, that type of single cut 24 3/4 inch scale guitar, there are a lot better value for money guitars out there. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya.